My little sister is crazy about magnets. She's always playing with them and investigating something magnetic. Last week, I went into our room. There she was, playing with her magnets. She heard me coming in. Without looking up, she said, "Let's play with magnets. Which one do you want?"
It doesn't matter. Magnets are all the same, I answered. They're not all the same, she said. I smiled. My sister likes to explain things. She knows a lot for a little sister. Her explanations help people understand how things work. It was easy to predict what her explanations would be about this time. Magnets.
"Watch," my sister said. She put a paper clip on the floor. Slowly, she lowered a bar magnet over it. When the magnet got really close, the paper clip jumped up and stuck to it. And watch this. She did the same thing, but this time she used a horseshoe magnet. Just like the last time the paper clip jumped. But this time it jumped when the magnet was much farther away.
So, I said, what's your explanation? She said, I think the paper clip jumped further because the horseshoe magnet is stronger than the bar magnet. Stronger magnets can pull with more magnetic force. A stronger magnet will pull the paper clip from up far away. Then she showed me a little magnet called a mighty magnet. She held it over the paper clip. The paper clip jumped to almost 2 inches in the air to reach the strong, mighty magnet.
"Check this out," she said. "Compared to the other magnets, this mighty magnet is really small. But the mighty magnet is the strongest of all."
The next explanation to magnetic poles. The next day, I saw my sister touching magnets to each other in different ways. 2 magnets were pushing each other away instead of pulling together. I guess those magnets don't work, I said. That did it. Before I knew it, she had started another explanation about magnets.
My sister said those 2 magnets pushed each other away because of how the poles were coming together. "What poles?" I asked. "The poles are 2 different ends of the magnet," she said. "Every magnet has 2 poles, north and south. That's one way that magnets are alike." "See, I told you magnets are all alike," I teased.
My sister laughed and said, if you touch the north pole of one of the magnets to the south pole of each other, the magnets pull together. That's called attracting. But if you try to touch the north pole with one magnet to the other north pole of other, the magnet pushes each other away. The same thing happens when you try to push 2 south poles together. They push apart. Pushing apart is called repelling.
"Are the poles always at the ends, like the poles on this thin bar magnet?" I asked. "No," she said. "Different magnets have poles in different places. Just like the thin bar magnet, the horseshoe magnet has poles at the ends. But the bend in the horseshoe magnet makes it different. The 2 poles are next to each other."
She picked up 2 more magnets. This fat bar magnet and the ring magnet are alike. They both have poles on their big flat sides. I said. My sister was busy trying to find the poles on the mighty magnet.
Explanation 3. What magnets attract? Yesterday, I knew my sister was up to something. She was doing something in our room, and she kept coming out asking me questions. First she asked me, "What are juice cans made of?" I answered, "Metal." "I know that," she said. "What kind of metal?"
That kind of can is made of aluminum, I said. It's the same kind of metal you use as foil for you to wrap your food. All day, my sister kept asking me questions about what kind of metal different things are made of. She asked me about paper clips and nails, and even the pipes under the sink. Finally, I asked her a question. What are you doing?
I'm investigating, she said. I know magnets only attract metal objects, but none of my magnets would stick to the metal juice can. And why do you think that is? I asked her. I wanted to hear her explanation. I think it's because magnets only attract certain kinds of metal. So the juice can must be made out of a kind of metal that magnets don't attract, she said. Now I'm testing metal objects. I want to see which kinds of metal magnets attract.
We talked about different kinds of metal. We talked about mines where people find metal underground. Do people dig up steels to steal in steel mines? My sister asked. No, I said. I think people mix different kinds of metal together to make it steel. I turned on the computer and looked for information about steel. Steel is made mostly from iron, I told her. She said. I'll write that down. She recorded the information in the notebook.
Here is a table my sister made to record what we found out. We looked at it together to try to figure out which metals magnets attract. We have some ideas, but we still have questions. We will use the table to predict which other objects will be attracted to magnets.
My sister's notebook. Most little sisters keep a diary or a notebook sometime in their lives, and they hide their diaries from their big sister. But my little sister is different. She is proud to show me her notebook. It is different from a regular diary. It is more like a scientist's notebook. She uses it to record the stuff she investigates. Can you predict what will be in her notebook? Turn the page to see.
Inventing with magnets. I predict my sister will be a scientist one day. My mom says my sister already thinks like a scientist. Someday I think my sister will invent something great. Maybe she'll invent a car that uses magnets to float above the road. Or maybe she'll find a way to cure sick people with magnets. Or maybe she'll make magnetic roller skates. Whatever she does, we will be really proud of her. But don't tell her I said that. The end.